This is the Draw My Life video for Jackie Robinson. So let's get started. On January 31st, 1919, I was born with the name Jack Roosevelt Robinson, but most people just call me Jackie. I was born in Georgia in the little town of Cairo, and I grew up with my 4 siblings: Edgar, Frank, Mac, obviously myself, Willie Mae, and my parents. Unfortunately though, about a year after my birth, my dad decided to leave us, and I have never seen him since then. My mom had us pack our things and we moved to Pasadena, California. Yes, that is supposed to be California. We moved onto a street where we're the only African Americans. Everybody else was white, but I think that actually brought us closer together. Unfortunately though, all the other kids on the block would call me names, and this was simply because of the color of my skin, something I didn't really understand and would later contribute to my anger issues. Living without a father, I would have to look up to my older siblings, and I especially looked up to Mac, who was very athletic and was also a track star, who went on to the Olympics in 1936 and won a silver medal. I would later follow in his footsteps and become a track star myself. But I didn't stop there. I would also excel in sports like basketball, baseball, and also even football. I became so good, in fact, that colleges were recognizing me and offering me scholarships. With the help of Frank, I decided to take a scholarship in UCLA, where I lettered in each of the sports that I played. After school, I went to Honolulu to play for a semi-professional football team, the Honolulu Bears. And as you can tell by the picture I'm drawing, we were fierce. Okay, maybe not that fierce, but life was good. Then I got a letter that was from the U.S. Army, and it told me that I was drafted. I became a second lieutenant in the Army, and it was pretty cool, except for this one day when I got into a bus, and I decided to get into the middle of the bus instead of the back of the bus like black people were supposed to back then. The bus driver got really mad, told me to go to the back, but I refused. A decision that nearly got me court-martialed. Thankfully, though, my lawyer was good enough to prove my innocence, and yes, that is supposed to be a thumbs up. After that situation, though, I had had enough with the Army and asked for an honorable discharge, which was granted to me. After the Army, I joined a Negro League baseball team, the Kansas City Monarchs. I know, even fiercer than the Honolulu Bears. I became really good and even got the attention of Branch Rickey, the Brooklyn Dodgers general manager. He asked me in for a meeting, but to tell you the truth, I was a bit skeptical about the situation, as I had already tried out for the Boston Red Sox at one time, but apparently that was just a joke and I was not accepted onto the baseball team. When I got to the meeting though, Branch Rickey offered me a job to play with the Brooklyn Dodgers. The only stipulation was that I would not be able to fight back if anybody verbally or physically attacked me. I was kind of confused and asked him if he was looking for a coward. He responded by saying that he was looking for a player with the guts not to fight back. Realizing that this was an opportunity to become the first black player to go into Major League sports, I accepted. He started me off on a minor league team, and I started on the Montreal Royals. But before I would go on to this journey, I decided to propose to a girl I'd met in UCLA, Rachel Ism. And she became a vital part of my life and also my baseball career. And honestly, I probably would not have been able to get through what I did without her. So in 1947, Branch Rickey gave me the opportunity to actually play with the Dodgers. And on April 15th, 1947, I got my jersey number and I made history by becoming the first black man to step onto a Major League Baseball diamond. Unfortunately though, not everybody liked this, including my own teammates, who actually signed a petition trying to get me off the team. Thankfully that did not work. But I saw segregation everywhere I went, including hotels would turn the whole team away just because of me saying that there were no blacks allowed. I would also get many death threats that year. So many that, honestly, I stopped counting. Thankfully, though, my teammates saw this, and one by one I won them over. The first to do this was Pee Wee Reese, who actually put his arm around me in his own hometown in the South to show his support of me. And because of this, we won the pennant that same year. And I became the Major League Baseball's very first Rookie of the Year. Thankfully, as the years went on, more and more black people were being signed, and the stress from segregation and racial tensions were dissipating. Outside of baseball in 1948, there was a song that's playing right now that was written about me. Did you see Jackie Robinson hit that ball? And was 13th on the charts. The next year, I also had a movie written about me, which I even starred in. It's called The Jackie Robinson Story. In my 9 years with the Dodgers, we won 6 pennants, and in 49 I was the MVP, and in 55 we won the World Series. After the 56th season, I had finally decided that I was going to retire. After retirement, I joined the NAACP, which was the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. I even got to work alongside people like Martin Luther King Jr. I did this because I believe that one life is not important except for the impact that it has on others, something I truly believe. Well, that's about it, and we'll see what's in the future. Bye.